Hi everyone, I'm just popping back on to do a card pull today for Leo season. And not only is it going to be Leo season starting tomorrow, but then the next day we have a new moon in Leo. So I thought, let's do this together. Let's get prepared. So I'm going to shuffle some cards for you. And we're just going to chat really quickly about the energy that's coming in with this new moon and with Leo season. So we have the fire sign, Leo. And the one thing I always think about with this particular fire sign is it's about love. It's about doing something from a very heartfelt place. Yes, Leo tends to be known for its drama, which is fair enough. Because really, I think at the root of what Leo's doing is it's that desire to give, to be of service. I think Leos tend to need to be needed or desire to be needed from that place of, what can I do for you? How can I be of service to you? How can I take care of you? And, you know, really the drama that comes in, I think we all need to add a little spice and drama to our life. We all want to be able to be the storyteller and the provider and the nurturer. So if we kind of pull on the energy of that and mix that new moon in, and we know that new moons are about setting intention, about starting something up. The other aspect I also want to tie in with that is leadership. So, you know, how do we take this energy and in a time where we're feeling really like we're not able to lead, we almost feel like we're waiting for someone to come and take care of everything for us, solve the problems of the world, make everything better and take care of us, we have to remind ourselves that this new moon is asking us to start up that energy. How can we be that for ourselves, for our families, for our communities? So I think it's a really important time to sit with the question, where can I lead? What can I do that I feel either inspired, motivated, or driven to start up for either myself or, like I said, for my community or my family or my friends? I don't want to say gain my power back, but in a weird way, in the time that we're in, I feel like we almost have to look at it that way. Like, have we let our power go? And if so, where can we get it back? Where can we feel in alignment with leadership? Again, I want to remind you to go back to that heart-centered space, though. This isn't an ego thing. This is about doing it from a place of deep, deep nurture, deep caring. When you think about the card that represents Leo in the tarot, the card itself is about strength, and it's about endurance and seeing something through and not giving up, and that quiet strength. So it's ruled by the number 8, and that is also the number of strength and perseverance and alignment and leadership. So I'd like you to think about those energies as we run through a series of cards together. The first one being the Tower. So we've seen this again and again, and it's a big, bold card. It is ruled by the number 16, which equals 7 obviously equals 7, and in numerology it's about seeking a new way, because this card indicates that there is deconstruction happening around us. We all feel it. Look what's going on in the world between the climate, the wars that are happening, the structures that are crumbling. We're going through this together, my friends, and it's just a reminder that we are feeling a little bit like we've lost our leadership or our power, which I've suggested earlier. So we'll take note that the card is sitting there. But look, before I move on, I just want to remind people, and I know I've said it again, I don't mind seeing the Tower card in, because everything has a positive and a negative. And with this card, it reminds me that we can rebuild with a stronger foundation, that the foundation was cracked, that everything's crumbling because the groundwork isn't sustaining us anymore. It's not keeping us up. So this is an opportunity to let it fall. And when we let things fall, it gives us the opportunity to rebuild in the way that serves us. Okay, so this is, I think, a very powerful message that this is all happening for a reason. And it's because we need to set a new stable foundation for all of us. So again, how can you lead there? What can you do to put your energy into starting up something for yourself and the community that will be a positive moving forward with the foundation? Now I've pulled a sword card, Page of Swords. This is ruled by Gemini, but here, didn't I say 7 is the number of the seeker? And then look, the nickname I gave my Gemini card in my tarot deck is the Seeker, because I always feel like Gemini and that number 7 energy go hand in hand. Geminis are always sort of like very curious, and they want to sort of, oh, what's over there? What's over there? Instead of looking at the past, this card is reminding me, can we look to the future? Can we see beyond, even just like get into our imaginations a little bit and start daydreaming about what the next adventure could look like for us, rather than holding on to everything that's crumbling around us. Let's start getting curious. Let's get adventurous and curious with our plans. And that would be, you know, an opportunity for you to maybe lead in a way that's really stirred by your own curiosity. What do you hope to see over there moving forward in the distance? Okay. And then we have the nurturer, the Empress. This is a beautiful reminder that we need to do everything with love, with nurture. 3 is the number of creation, creator. I create is the mantra on my card. And it's about really sinking into our mothering energy, which is very Leo, and making sure that we're giving space and giving grace and nurture to taking deep care of something that we want to grow and build. I'm going to pull one more. I just think it'd be really neat to kind of create like the energy of the 4, the foundational energy, to kind of like set this intention with. So again, if we have 3, the number of growth, creation, expansion, and nurture. The number 7 is the number of the seeker, which is off the Tower card, ruled by the number 16. Everything kind of crumbling away, and the Page of Swords being that seeker that's bent over. So I'm going to pull it. Envisioning and being curious about where we're going, we bookend it. The other corner of the 4 foundations is another page card, and it's a fire. So we're tapping into fire energy. It's Sagittarian in its energy, but the fact that Leo is a fire sign, it's also suggesting, could we be a little bit, again, curious, adventurous, playful? So I always think of Sages as the inventors, right? They're really good at figuring out how to make anything. They're really good at figuring out how to do it themselves, which is very much in alignment with this whole idea of leadership, not letting other people or not relying on everyone else, but getting the job done ourselves. Let's do it in a way that's filled with curiosity and wonderment, which is interesting because I do think Leos sometimes have this expectation of it's got to end a certain way, or it needs to develop in a certain way. And this card is just coming in to say, yes, use your leadership energy with that Leo moon, but don't get caught up in the outcome. Let's just open ourselves up to the curiosity of what it could end up looking like. So I really enjoyed this, the vibe of these cards. I felt like there was a lot of exciting, fresh, new energy coming in with this moon. So I really hope all of you can kind of tap into it and really bring it home to how you can lead with all of this energy and get things moving in the direction you want for the foundation that you hope to achieve to build on. Okay, everybody, we'll be talking really soon, I am sure. Take care. I'm sending love to everyone. Bye for now.